Hello everybody and welcome back here to High Button Sports as we get set for the second game here for the high performance camp here at St. FX. My name is Jeff Warburton, bringing you the action here once again this morning. So big difference between this morning and yesterday, obviously, is yesterday all the young ones out there had a big day of training, food, class, all that, and they wrapped up the day with the game. Today it's a 2-game day, and that means we're going to start the day with a game. So not like any of these guys are afraid of playing a morning game. Probably played many over the years in ice jams, Monktonians, provincials, that sort of thing. But bit of a different vibe when you come in here 9:30, wiping the eyes a little bit more. But I'm sure these fellas are ready to go, and we'll see if we get anything close to the sort of game we saw last night. With all that said, let's get right into this one once again. That one played up by McKay. It bounces on McKay's stick, and a good play there in front and a quick chance as a pass comes over from Swain to Baldwin. Just missed. McKay going to pick that up. McKay gets it over to Bailey. Moved up through the middle. McKay finds a little open room on the right side. He'll cut in. Circles around the zone. Now from the left side corner, McKay holds on to it. Gets played back in behind Odell. Odell centering shot, pass, and shot goes in. And a quick goal here for Green is they come quick. And that one is Hakala, I believe, who finished that off. Sorry, that is Kean Doyle, actually. So the two Gulls teammates. The 14 from 20. And an early marker here, less than a minute in, as they're able to beat goaltender O'Shaughnessy. Team Orange put on the back foot here early after last night. That one going to be played down the right side into the corner. Brian tries to center that one back in around. Sent into the end boards. Urquhart loses that off the stick to Fleming. Fleming tries to go up the wall with it, but it gets kept in. Sweeping on it again and worked into the zone by Green. Down here in front. Little back and forth. And I hear, Andrew, your lace is undone. So the good heads up from the teammate. Played down the right side and behind. Catch that and give the heads up. And now a nice stretch pass there up into the zone. Pressure back in there on Green. Pressure coming from Land. Land keeps the pressure on, but it gets worked back to Chisholm. Chisholm played down to the corner. Urquhart doesn't care about the lace as he continues on. Gets it to the right side. Urquhart buzzing around here on the shift right now. Gets it down to the end wall, but it bounces off the stick as Land tries to help pick it up. Gets a nice poke over to the corner to McKnight. McKnight up through the middle. Shot back in around there by Romaine. Heads from the boards. Scott Corkum picks it up. He turns it over as some good hustle there by Sim. No one there really to help him as I think Green was changing. But Sim keeps the puck in for a few extra seconds and then is heading down the right side. Cooper Strong. Strong gets worked in along the boards. Puck rolls off of his stick and it's dished up ahead to O'Leary. O'Leary looking for the pass back to Sim. Bounces off his stick and in behind. Gillis. Glenn Gillis snaps the puck to the right side. Now it's touched back through, in over the line. Slowed up play there by McDonald. McDonald tries to find the open man, and it's worked back in behind by Gillis. Gillis shot, kicked back out, and a good little kick save by Mullins as a little bit of time and space tried to go along the ice. You got to stay fresh for those ones. Back in behind. Green looking for that. Pfeiffer in amongst the feet. Orange going to work that in over the line, and then it's cut off as McLean tried to get that up ahead. Back in through the middle. Gillis off the end of the stick. Pfeiffer shakes off the hit that was coming in from McDonald, and it's played in behind. Duffy. Duffy holds up, snaps a pass up the right side, rolls off the end of the stick there of Rennie, but it's brought back in over the line onside. Rennie from the right side, shot off the skate of McPhee. He tries to shake that one off, maybe a stinger into the ankle on that. Played in along the boards, a little pushing and shoving as it's grabbed and dished across. Odell got that over, and now Green looks to enter the zone here again. Played down the left side. Orange looking for it. Tillman got to the puck first, worked it up the half wall, and that does enough. Picked up in behind. Luke Andrea put some pressure on. It's into the right side. McPhee over to the left. Odell, the no-look pass into the end boards. It's chased after and grabbed by Doyle. Back in, using some edges there is Boutlier. Played off to the middle, McKay. Rolls up the right side, McPhee looking for it. McPhee keeps it in, push to the middle of the Boutlier. Boutlier down the right side is Urquhart now chasing after it. Urquhart hemmed in along the boards there. Hackala trying to push it off of him, but it's played back to the line. Boutlier down to the right side. Played in from the boards. Doyle hands it off. Along the end wall. Gets chipped over to McKay. McKay back to McPhee. McPhee has a moment with it as Rennie starts to pressure, but he makes the right play and plays it into the end boards. Back to Urquhart. Pressure from Orange again in the corner as that one rolls up near us. Dish down for the icing, so over 5 minutes gone here, and a good start to this with only a whistle. Face-off will come to the left side. So, good push by Green here to start this period after that goal less than a minute in. Shot in around the boards. That one's picked up there by Morris. Morris able to get that down to Smith. Now down here in front of us. Smith comes in and lays a hit. Gets freed up back in behind, trying to get that dished open. A nice turnover there created by Brian. Couldn't get that squared off in front of the net though. Moving back off the line, and Charlie Thompson executed that play nicely. You start to skate backwards into that backward motion, but keep the stick in the zone, and maybe you can save yourself from that rush back just like he did. Brian with a timely stick lift, and it moves through the middle again. Hanley shot. They try to jam in on it. Brian goes down. Picked up now by Baldwin. Baldwin gets it over to the left side. Swain gonna work it in. Swain pulling to the middle, looks for Baldwin, finds him, little low shot, a nice play there by Swain. Puts it to the open area and a nice shot on. Baldwin goes and picks it up. Reverse check there by Sim. Sim now shoots. That one doesn't get through, but looking for the wraparound. Bryant's still on it. He has a chance to shoot, and that one goes wide as he toe dragged that in, and he'll go for the change up. Sim down there along the wall. Sim getting battled there by Corkum. Getting some help there from his teammate Odell, and they try to play it back out in front. Moved back up the ice. Dished over to the right side and over the line there by Fleming on net, and that'll be covered up. 2:52 to go here in the first. Sorry, 12:52 to go here in the first, and whistle there, face-off coming as Mullins adjusts the bucket. Face-off on the right. That's played in behind, dished back to Chisholm. Chisholm up the wall, O'Leary looking to move that out. Played off to the left side. Sim chases after it, but it's caught up to first by Fleming. Fleming looking for the lead pass. Onto the stick there, Haverstock. Haverstock in over the line, tries to catch him with the sauce up in the air, but about knee level made it tough to complete that play. Back around for Haverstock. Haverstock heads in, lays the hit there on O'Leary. Bandit and Gall going at it on that one. Back in behind. Duffy. Played here in front. Fleming. Fleming picked up in over the line. That's sent into the end boards. Strong looking for it. Strong worked in there by Williams. Good to see Lawrence Williams back out there today. One of the toughest and strongest defensemen from the U15 league this past year. Down here on the blue line, that's going to exit, get out to Pfeiffer. Try to play that one in and avoid the check, but it'll be worked into the corner there. Green chases after it. Picked up on the end boards there by McDonald. McDonald with the lead pass. Passed over to Lemoyne. Lemoyne shoots it, misses wide on the corner. McDonald back to the line, shot on. That one was kind of directly at the netminder, and it's sent in around. Worth. Liam Worth tries to get the big skate going, and he'll pick it up and continue it on. Worth through the zone, shoots that on, and save made in net there by Colby O'Shaughnessy with exactly 11 minutes left to go here in the first, so good pace here through the first 9 like we could have guessed. Boys ate breakfast about an hour and 50 minutes ago. We started at 8, so probably wrapped up. I think everyone wrapped up there at around 8:30 or 40. We'll peel behind the curtain, so had about an hour off until they hit the ice, so should be nice and energized. I'm sure well-balanced diets for each and every one of them. See about that one, but regardless, it's played up to the middle and over the line. McPhee shoots that one off a shin pad and it heads to the corner. McKay gets there. Picked up and spun around. Luke Andrea tries to get it out. Gets as far as the ringette line and will have to try another way. Played up the wall, picked up by Rennie. Rennie down here in front to Tillman. Tillman backhands it on to the changing Jack Cameron. Played up through the middle, right side, toe drag in on net, and a shot on there by Hakala as he opens up some space in front of that, but kind of just pushes one into the logo there. Got the football style jerseys out here. No name bars, that's about the only difference really. The big number on the front and the big number on the back. Face off to the right. That one splits the D, and we'll come back and around. Cameron looking for it. Trying to go up the wall with it. Green gonna fire that back on. From behind, Keaton Smith tries to get it up the wall. Baldwin, it's over skated. In near the end boards. Played it along the half wall. Brian. Back to the zone. Forced into the corner. Orange trying to come up the wall with it down the left side. Pushed off over the blue line. Oh, and stepped into a big hit there. Was Worth. Sacrificed the body to make the play on that one. Orange now picking it up a little bit, played to the middle, shot, and steers on for another shot from Baldwin. Baldwin trying to break through, known for his offensive ability and his leadership out there on the ice. And you know he'd love to just start to light up this score sheet like he was so used to doing this past year for the Harbor Rage. Into a shin pad, comes back to the blue line, steer off to the corner. Corkum, back in behind, Romaine. They all got pinched in. Green, Down here in front, it's sent ahead, and a nice little dish pass. Steps in and off the post. As Seth O'Leary got a good look there. Up ahead into the zone. Fleming. Played into the end boards. Sim tried to clear that out. Sim with a lead pass again. That one just past O'Leary. Land does the little stutter step and plays it to the middle. Back to Land. He picks up. Sends a nice one up there to the stick of Haverstock, but Haverstock was in there alone with 4 Green. Back from the wall. It's Lemoyne in behind. Now flipped up the boards. Chisholm looking for it. Chisholm. Played hard into that end boards by McLean. Trying to free that puck up. Stepping in and knocked down as a hit coming there from Strong. I believe that was on Lemoyne. Back down to Gillis. Shot on. Save made there with just about 7.5 minutes left in this first period, and the pace still playing good here. 1-0 score. Off a goal about a minute in. Scored by Ian Doyle. Along the end boards. That gets played to the corner. Orange holds the zone. McLean going to pick it up and fire it along the end boards again. Gillis gets to it first for him. Now chased after by Duffy. Duffy gets to it. Tries to shoot it, but picked off here. And now moved over the line by Hanley. Hanley finds a little open room. He tries to step in, goes short side. Didn't have a ton of room to shoot at all there, but stuck to his game plan and catches the shoulder. Lots of familiar faces from the High Button U15 League this past year in the both obviously on the ice and here at the rink as the parents watch on. Chip play. That one comes back down the side. Pfeiffer gets the done, and it's sent back in behind. Hustled after hard by Duffy. Orange now lead passes that up ahead. Try to bring it in over the line, hand it off to the right side, and a hard ripper coming down in there by Duffy. Into the glove, it's scooped up. And whistle again. The majority of these whistles have come just by the goalie covering it. Hasn't been any offsides or any icings or any puck shot out of play, really. Now back to the blue line. Shot comes and heads to the right side corner. Luke Andrea chases after it. Andrea tries to go up the wall with it. Pulled up by McPhee. McPhee looking for a little open room, and he had the pass off, and it just slides by the stick of Doyle. Back in behind and handed off by Tillman. Puck makes its way up to Hackala. Hackala looking for some open room, and it frees it up to the right side. Shot and goes wide as Tillman did a good job of jumping up, and the activation by the D-man there. Poke to the middle and can't get it by as Andrea with a nice defensive play covering for Tillman. That's something I always like to look for at especially the U13 level is who's covering that D-man when he activates up into the zone. Good skill to have, and funny enough, Van Polgeest from the Bandits was one of the guys who always did that back in the U13 AAA in the first year on the Bandits, and always something that kind of stuck out about him as a player, and obviously other players out here have that similar skill, and a good example of it there by Andrea as he picks it up again, and we'll just send that down, and that one a bit of a lazy icing as it gets worked into the zone. So about 5:25 to go. continuing through. Remember, one game this morning, folks, then a game tonight, I believe, at 5:15. And then after that, we head into the Female Team Atlantic Cup portion of the tournament, the first game for that. So looking forward to that. That'll be the late game tonight. Picked up from the wall. It's chased after. Green comes up with it. There's Worth, tries to make something happen. It gets back to Brian. Knocked off his stick, though. And Mason Morris tried to make the play on that, but it's forced back for Orange. Up the left side, Cameron. They play that out in front. Orange trying to jam away at it, and the whistle goes as Mullins saw that thing kind of bouncing around in front of him and didn't take any chances. So representation from all around the league here. Puck picked up from the end boards. Green looking for it. Gets played to the ringette line. Brought back into his own land. Off a skate. Tries to stick with it. Lead play just out of the reach there. Baldwin kept in the zone. Held on to, spinning, and a hard play there in front as Swain gave it his all. Oh, and a big reverse hit there into the wall as Liam Worth lays the man out. Worth now with the puck. He'll get worked down. Spinning, hits a skate. Good play there by Urquhart, but it still heads back the other way regardless. In over the line. Steps in, shot, and that one picked out of the air by Mullins. One of those saves where, you know, it kind of looks easy to him, but to any of us, that thing was coming in on a hot clip. 4:09 left to go here in the first. 1-0 still to score off that goal in the opening minute. Lead pass picked up here by Sim. Sim tries to do the pass it to the open area, but good coverage there by Gillis. Gillis gets it over to Duffy. Played down here in front. Back over, Duffy. Picks up, hits a stick, and will head back in behind. Slowed up by Mullins. Chased after and grabbed by Chisholm. Back up the wall, Gillis. He has it. Starts to move. Hit down here in front of us. Puck still free though. Pushed back and heading down to the right side corner. Sim finds the inside lane. Sim now, nice play to the middle. Shot and it gets steered back to the corner as I don't believe that Hanley got all of that one. Gillis, backhand. And hand pass will break up that play. Now under 3 minutes to go. Face off here in front of us. Full intermission, so 10-minute break. I'm back for the second after. Hopefully this is something nice for you guys to watch. Maybe when you're at the office or, you know, putting it on the second monitor sort of deal. A little free entertainment in the middle of the work week. That's the benefit, I suppose, of this high-performance schedule. You never quite know. Played out in front. 218s now go at it into the corner with Lemoyne and McLean. Pushed now up, lead pass just off the stick, but brought back in over the line. Van Polgees. Van Polgees steers it in front. Oh, to the reach there, Lemoyne. That one kept in. Green holds the zone. Picked up now from Tillman. Down along the wall. That gets played back in behind for Bailey. Bailey here in front from the right side. 2-on-1, pass across, good chance, shot, and just one too many dekes there by McLean as he tried to guide that one into the back of the net. Picked up and heading outside, then back into the zone. Final 93 seconds here. Grabbed down here in front now to the left side. Keaton Smith over to Bailey. Bailey into the skate of his teammate who hadn't changed yet though, so all good on the too many. Backhand, not much on that thing as it gets worked back in, and Andrea plays it down low. Hard hit along the boards and clipped twice as Smith. He looks to be okay though. Andrea now with it. Andrea has to skate it in himself as he overskated it a little bit. 51 seconds to go in the first. Back and behind. That's picked up by McPhee. Helps turn that puck over, and now it'll be 4-on-2 heading back the other way, but they go offside as all 8 legs couldn't get on the same page there. 39 seconds to go. Face off down here in front of us. Owen kind of blows up off the stick there, Worth, but he got the job done, clearing it into the zone. Now up the wall with it. Little lead play. Andrea gets just enough on it to advance the puck, but not enough to get it to the teammate as it's 20 seconds to go. Played up the left side with it, in over the line. Now picked up by Land. Land gets it, Andrea, now played across, 10 seconds to go, and a good look here for a chance. Late orange, and it's just out of the reach. Cameron plays it to the middle, shot last second, and blocked before it could get there. And that will be the end of the period as 1-0 off the first minute goal. That'll take us to the end of one. Back for the second in a moment. All right, everybody, back here for the start of the second period. So good first period we just saw. Definitely a little more tame. But in terms of the hockey, it was solid all the way around. And with 20 fresh minutes on the clock, we'll get this thing started. Puck dropped in, and one back here to Orange, but quickly intercepted by Sim. Brought in just onside there, played off ahead, and diving head first into the goalie, and maybe was held up was Brian as a holding call instantly on Tillman. And Brian getting the feet moving and creating the chance as him and Sim come together to talk a little bit now that they're heading to the power play. Green up one here. Face off on the right side, so 2-minute power play here, held up and away from the puck there was Brian too, so it's not even like he had that one. On the blue line, steps up, that one deep to the corner. Worth has it go off the stick, back to Worth. He dishes it over to the right side. Thompson try to play it back out in front, and it gets sent into the line. Back down to Brian. Brian with it, gets it and tried for Sim. Kept in on the line by Worth. Now back down low. Trying to get that cleared out in front was Green. Green and Sim, the two Bombers teammates going at it now in the corner. Green comes up with it. Here's Brian in front, but he's covered pretty well. Comes back there to Thompson. Thompson starts to move, and he's forced to exit the zone with some good pressure there by Morris. Picked up, sent down. That's going to be played by Fraughton, our new goalie, in there for Green. Big sauce pass up through the middle to Brian. Jumps off his stick as looks like Green's going to get some new power play out there. And, yeah, they will. So they're going to change up the power play unit. Obviously something seldomly practiced with these guys. You're kind of just out there playing to the best of your ability. These only been playing together for probably 2 practices in a game, something along that line. 2 practices, 2 games now. Down the right side, kept in on the ringette line. Bobbing and weaving in a nice little move, trying to go through heavy traffic. Catch everyone off guard, but it just goes wide in behind. Hanley gets that pass off. Kicked back to the line there by Odell. Odell back to the line for Chisholm. Chisholm across to Romaine. Romaine takes it and fires it in along the end boards. Green picks it up from the corner. Left side, played in front, and it almost makes it to Odell, but just broken up there. I don't know if that was Fleming's stick or if it was Land, but the combo effort took away a good look there, and the power play is over, so the puck was in the right end, but no goals there. Back up the wall, kept it on the blue line, picked up and rifled along the boards. Comes back down for Swain. Swain with a nice lead pass there to McDonald. Matty McDonald in over the line. Matty McDonald into the feet. Fleming. Fleming stays in and starts to lay some hits down. Worked up the boards with it. Orange going to head back into their end, and now a penalty behind the play. Grabbed here by Gillis, and whistle goes. And a slash behind the play. Looks like they're going to get Romaine with it, so now a power play swinging back the other way, and Orange will look to tie this game up here now. Face off to the left. 2 fresh minutes on the clock of power play time. Dropped in. McKnight gets it over. Corkum, the D-man, works it all the way down into the end boards. Off of his stick to Pfeiffer, though. Pfeiffer back up the wall. It's kept in by Haverstock. Haverstock going for a big cross pass Pfeiffer steps up on it. Can't get the clear. Help coming in there by McDonald. Back to the line, Gillis. Gillis over to Haverstock. The 2 goals connect on that one, but the shot is steered away there by Fraughton. Picked up and flipped down in front of us, and it'll head back the other way. Hustled after by Green is Lemoyne. And a big collision down there along the end boards. Orange picks it up, McKnight. McKnight up the right side, in over the blue line. McKnight holds up, backhand goes high into the glass. Comes back around, Haverstock tries to keep the zone, but it will exit. Picked up by Orange, Duffy. A minute to go in the power play. McDonald hands it back to Duffy. Duffy gets the lead pass going, and an on-rushing Cameron brings it all the way down into the end boards. He's getting played hard down there by Williams. 2 guys, I believe, are pretty good buddies in real life. Right side near the ring or the hash mark, sorry. Shot and a big save by Fraughton as that one was kind of just whipped in there off the end of the stick there, strong. And obviously, when you lead the league in scoring, you know you have that good offensive ability, which includes the shot, but that one really whipped off the stick, and Fraughton just kind of stood in front of it, had to hit the mask, and got the cover. I'm impressed by the whip of that one by Strong, and a bounce off the boards there, but McKay there to take care of business. Set back in behind. Duffy plays it off the 1 hop on the boards. Moved in over the line. Cameron brings it in. Cameron snaps the pass over there to Rennie. Rennie gets it down low. Picked up by McLean. McLean over to Strong. Strong kicks it back to Cameron. Back over to Strong on the left side. Shot trying to tip in front. It's still loose, jamming away at his orange, and that stays out as Fraughton able to get it covered with 14:45 left to go in the second. Fanned off the stick there. Comes down, hits the glove, and now a 2-on-1 breaking out here for Green. Off the power play, steps in, shot comes out. As that was Brian who let that one go. Brian working hard, an offensive player as well, trying to break through here at the high performance. Down to the corner, Sim goes down, gets back up, retrieves the stick. Kept in the zone by Green. Sim going to work there with Green, but it's played on back. McPhee, Alistair starts to kind of get into dangerous territory in front of his own net, but then manages to get that puck off to his Bandits teammate Brian. Back over to McPhee. McPhee spin around backhander, just makes it through, but once again knocked away. Sim gets it to Brian, heads to the net, and Brian tried to go for the lead pass, but not quite set there. Brian swings at it. Picked up by Green. Played in behind. Bailey. Worked up the right side wall. That puck played back and around as Rennie looks to clear the zone with it. Brought down here in front, fanned on. That makes a friendly bounce for Green. They try to bring it in. Brian still out there, played from the right side. Passes to Brian, slows up, and save made in behind. And now diving out is O'Shaughnessy. Into the middle, step up shot, and it steers in behind again. That one ricochets off a stick this time. Off the glove and into the Green bench. So that did throw me off there for a second. So because Patterson isn't playing, it means we're down a netminder. And that means that O'Shaughnessy and Fraughton, despite being technically both Team Orange, now playing the same period. So Frotton playing for Team Green, and I'm sure he's rattled about having to switch squads. But regardless, getting the minutes in, allowing the evaluators to do their thing. Down along the end boards. That one's kicked up around. Corkum tries to stay with it. Spun back into the left side. Dished up the wall. In on net. Backhand. Pad. Save made. They jam at it. It went in, but the ref is electing to call that no goal. Maybe he lost sight of it. It was definitely free for a moment before the whistle had gone. That's why they get their good whack in on it, but doesn't look like that one's going to count. Face off will be coming here to the left. From the end boards, Green. A little push there, pushed him into his teammate. Now grabbed by Team Orange as we approach the halfway mark in this game, and offside. Good call by the liney on that one, as that was moving quick, but it did look like he was in just a hair ahead of the puck, and that will kill that rush with about 12 minutes to go. 1-0 still to score. Long days here at the high performance camp. Everyone looking pretty good though. Hasn't been too much sloppy play through the first half of the game. We'll see where the second half takes us. Oh, that one just stays onside. Try to play out in front, and it goes through the stick there, Land. He tries to stay up with it, but now it's beaten back in behind and down the right side. Lemoyne tried to play that across, but it's steered in behind by Swain. Stop up play, Land. Land looking for a little open room and someone to pass to. He holds up, gets the lead pass. Picked up nicely there by Morris. Morris toe drags in. Pushed back to the middle. Shot, that one hard, but it was clear. Just went over the net, is off the stick of Cameron. Maybe would like that one back, but did get a good whack at it. Played out in front. Back to Cameron. Cameron shoots. Save made, but play still alive. Keaton Smith played it down low. Bounced off the back of the net, comes around to the blue line. Brought over. Tried to play to the middle. Hits the skate. Lead pass. Gets it up here for Haverstock, but he can't corral it. Instead, grabbed by Williams. Williams sends it up the wall. Orange, nice play there. Oh, by Smith. And the whistle goes. I guess there was an offside mixed in there. Smith went down to the one knee, had a nice whack at it, and got it out of his end. Oh, no, it was a penalty. Okay, I was about to say, I didn't see an offside there. Instead, penalty on Andrew Urquhart. And with 10:38 to go here in the second, power play coming. Face off to the left. That's dropped in. Picked up off the boards. Rolls back in Duffy. Trying to bring it in over the line. They do. Stepped in. Shot goes wide. Spun back around by Haverstock. Picked up. Sent way back in around. 30 seconds off the power play. Down here in front, now worked over the line by Fleming. Fleming airmails it high, top right. Kept in by Duffy briefly, but back to Fleming as Orange having a bit of a tough time setting up here on this man advantage. That one just picked off by Team Green's Williams and sent down. McKay gets to that puck hard. He'll be worked in on the boards by Duffy. Orange, all sorts of numbers, but McKay killing some time off. That's one of the ones where if this was a regular season game, the crowd on the bench would have been starting to cheer. It was a good 15 seconds taking off that, going 1-on-4 as a stick goes flying in the air. Like swinging a baseball bat in the rain, heads down the right side. Played across. Liam Duffy worked it over, lead play into the zone by Strong. Strong, drop back pass, shot, save, made. Don't know if it fully made it through, but didn't find the back of the net, 22 seconds. I don't know if I've mentioned it with this group yet, but when we were at the Meltdown a few months ago, one thing that really was prevalent, especially with this age group and this skill level, some of these guys were actually at the Meltdown, and part of this was the drop pass. The drop pass has taken on a whole new life at the high level AAA hockey. I don't know if that's because of my Oilers or what it is. A shot after the whistle by Tillman, and that'll draw the ire of a couple players there on green, including Hanley, who could have chucked out a chirp there. But like I said, popular Connor McDavid move and just popular in the NHL in general. Enter that zone, have someone trailing you, drop back, quick shot on, try to kind of catch the defense in between plays. That was, like I said, very prevalent at the Meltdown, and we just saw Strong execute that pretty nicely there on the power play. Strong, one of those players who was also at the Meltdown, so who knows? Just minor observations through thousands of hours streamed, that's all. 8:16 left to go in the second. Green shot on, and that one steered into the mesh. We all know that with sports and hockey and everything in the modern day and being able to go back and watch your clips, people do try to find new ways, and there's new trends that are not only just with teams, but hockey-wide, nationwide. And I don't know, the drop pass is something I feel like is here to stay here as the kids just keep getting better and better at the younger ages. It's kind of like the wraparound, you know. At one point, the wraparound was all the rage, kind of a lost art now in the game. The slap shot, I mean, the slap shot was absolutely massive, obviously, but you really don't see a ton of full swing back slap shots, even in the regular seasons or at this. It's kind of more of a snapshot these days. Low snapshots trying to catch people off guard and have your forwards heading to the net. And then that one off the stick, and they try to jam it in. Pulled back here by Bryan, so 7:43 to go. Picked up by Orange as Rennie pulls that in over the line, and a good hustle staying up on that. Oh, and a collision with the netminder. Both of them kind of went with each other. And Andrea was at the heart of it, and he tried to get a cheeky one by there. Andrea, another shot. He'll be knocked down by Bryan. Now trying to work it out of the zone. 3-on-3 all coming back into the Orange defensive zone. Picked up by Green. And a penalty on the play. So 3 penalties this period. 7:09 to go in the second. Slashing on that. So the second slash of the period. That one picked up. Right side corner. Gets worked into the glove there of Swain. Trying to go up the wall with it. It's a hard shot. Ricochets off the end boards. So PK in time here for Green. Jack Cameron starts to move it out. Gets over the blue line. Cameron to the right side. Tips off a stick. Back into the zone. Keaton Smith. With 6:26 to go in the second. Plays that to the right side now. They're just looking for a way to get through the neutral zone here now. Cameron tips off a stick and it'll be heading back into the end boards. Williams gets to it. Picked up now. Shot back down around. Slowed up. Duffy. Sent down in a hard ices. Can't quite catch the netminder. And with 48 seconds to go, face off to the right. Want to thank everyone again here this morning for tuning in on High Button Sports. Hope it's at least some good background noise for you here at 10:37 Thursday, July 10, in the heart of the summer here in Nova Scotia. That's picked up past the stick of Haverstock as it just kind of ticked off of it. Orange struggling to break this in on the power play. Picked up by Fleming. Can't get it either. Back the other way. Gillis, sorry. Well, London Gillis in behind. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Couple stops and starts. Goes under the stick there. Backhand by Pfeiffer, and that one's going to head into the ceiling off the old air duct. And with 15 seconds to go, face-off will be to the left here in the neutral zone. Picked up. Backhand. McKay does enough to at least break up that pass a little bit. Down here in front of us, hit laid, comes up. 4 seconds to go, so we'll be back to even strength. Orange snaps a shot in, it goes wide to the left. Picked up by Green. McKay. Starts to move it up ahead, stick lifted and keeping on that one. Now spun back around. Haverstock playing that high. Kind of waiting for that puck. Orange, nice play off the back of the net there by Gillis. Left side, tips off the stick. Shot in around. McPhee now with it. Ali McPhee gets the pass up the right side. Moved into the zone by Green. Hunter Green. Onto the stick, and now they're forced to go back to the defense. Haverstock almost off to the races. If he played that perfect, still has a chance with the hands-off shot, and a great opportunity coming off that chance. Pardon me, as McLean had a look at it with 4:11 left to go here in the second. False start there. Here we go. That's back to the blue line. Shot. That one ricochets off the blocker and knocked out in midair. It just falls to the right side corner as Strong tries to play with it down low. Strong dishes it out in front. Intercepted. Hard hustled out the zone here on the right side by Doyle. Our goal scorer came less than a minute into the game. We haven't seen anything in the period, or almost 2 periods since. Up through the middle, shot steered to the corner off of the stick there by Tillman. Tillman gets a lick in on Doyle and a nice little slash for good measure. Picked up, flipped off the boards there, Boutlier. 3:23 to go. Let's see if we see any goals before the end of this one. Worked in along the right side board. Big ol' pile up. Tillman comes out with it. Tillman spins, ricochets off a stick, will be sent back in behind. Liam Worth with it. Worth cross to Thompson. Thompson lead play. Brian no look pass. I don't know if that's going to cut it here with all these speedy skaters. Intercepted. Strong helps work that puck out as they switch off their defense. Orange will keep the forwards out for a moment. Pushed back to the middle. Bounces here for Brian. Brian starts the breakout. Brian down the right side. Tried to spin it in front. Back along the end boards. Chip play again. Up the wall with it. Low shot. Steered to the corner. Urquhart. Urquhart back around. Now grabbed. Luke Andrea here. He'll get worked in along the boards. Picked up by Worth. Worth gets the pass off to Thompson. In over the line down the right side. Pass is handed up to Rennie. Now they look to move it up again. 1:59 left to go in the period. Played by Chisholm. Chisholm. Lead pass in behind. Backhand. Up over the line now, 2-on-1. Steps in. Shot blocker. Now to Hakala. Hakala. Back over. Skating into this one's Urquhart. Under 90 seconds to go. Urquhart gets it to the left side for Hanley. Hanley muscled off that puck. Baldwin flips it up in the air. Comes down here to Swain. Over to the right side. Andrea tries to play it through. Now Brian. Brian in over the line. Brian has a little open space. He'll elect to pass it in front. Shot just wide. Great play to open it up. And it was a good look for Lemoyne. And now a penalty. And what will this one be for with 52 seconds remaining? 2 minutes for holding. So puck heads down on the left side, and now a power play opportunity here for Orange to try to tie it up before the end of the second. This would be huge to have this thing even heading into the third. Puck dropped in. Down along the right wall. Moved back in front. Puck's flipped back over. Cameron. Morris gets it up the right side, tries to get to Swain. It's in over the line, poked at. Now onto the stick. Back towards the middle. Lemoyne. 20 seconds here, so maybe one last rush for Orange. Lead play. Hits the stick, bounces back in behind as Frotton plays it to the half wall. Chipped up ahead, and with 4 seconds to go, that will take us to the end of the period. Maybe one last shot, no dice, and that will do it. So still 1-0 at the end of 2. Back for the third in a moment. right, everybody, welcome back here for the third and final period of the second game here for high performance for the U16 group. There's 20 minutes on the clock, a minute left to go in that power play from before the end of the period, and a quick shot on as Orange gonna try to tie this game up. And falling down there hard onto the head was Duffy. Hopefully he's okay and did the old slip down, but right back up and into the play. Back to Duffy. Steps up, hands it off. Looking for a shot. That one rifled off the end of the stick there of Fleming. Comes back to the blue line and sneaks in behind. Duffy with it. Back up here, back to Fleming. Fleming over the line. Fleming down low. That's played to the end boards. Backhand stopped. Hard hit into the boards by Gillis. On to Thompson there. Moved back out. Down to the left side. Orange plays up the wall. Flipped it into glove. Sent back in the other way. So that one will be slowed up by Polk, who gets his period in here in the third. Meaden on the other side. That puck back in behind. Green's going to play that off Worth. Missing, and that will be sent down for the ice, and the face-off comes to the right side. So nothing on that to show for on that power play. Face-off here to the right though. Orange trying to use that to build some momentum. Along the end boards, Greensworth played it down low, trying to center off the skate in front, now covered up by Meaden. 2 minutes gone here in the third. Face off, we'll try again, so a few whistles here to start. Shot, trying to jam in from the corner. That's going to bounce back out. Skated after and back into the glove there of Urquhart. Urquhart, lead pass, picked up nicely the other side. Doyle, he'll try to shoot that in and it'll ricochet into the corner for McKay. McKay has that taken off the stick by McDonald. McDonald up ahead and rolls off a strong stick as Orange looks for the breakout. Just enough off that chip to get past the stick, but doesn't exit the zone, and now they get it. McDonald was dangerously close to converting that into a breakaway. Played to the middle. Green steps in, moved to the outside, a long way around, and the save made in there on Urquhart. Love that play by Urquhart, though. Had the time and space and knew that the shots haven't really been cutting it yet this game, so got creative and tried to go the long way. And nice save there in net by Polk. Face off to the left. Puck dropped in. That one almost scooped out back in front. Swept on and worked back into the zone by Sim. Corkum looks for it. Over to the right. Into the zone. Shot goes wide. Bounces back in around for Land. In along the end boards. Rennie. Rennie getting played there. Green. Lawrence Williams. Got that pass up. Now it's moved up in the zone. Diving play by Land. Keeps it in the offense of side of the ice there for Orange. And it's brought back in again by Hakala. In along the wall. That'll be playing again, trying to move that puck out, Lawrence Williams, but flipped back over to the right again. Lead play, in over the line. Orange with a good push here to start the period. Rennie gets that off. Shot there by Smith. Picked up and it's in the feet of Sim. Tried to get it out for Green, but couldn't quite do so. Pfeiffer in behind. Handed that off. Lead play. Onto the stick there for Cameron. Cameron over to Smith. Back in behind Morris. That's a little chip play into the zone. Smith. Some pressure from the Green as they look for some offensive zone time here in the third. Hasn't been a ton of it yet as we're almost 5 minutes in. Orange over the line. Slow up play again by number 22, Swain. Back across the blue line, left side. Chisholm. Chisholm tried to get it out. Duffy. Duffy helps clear. Bounces off the stick of Morris. Morris eats the check there by Thompson. Wasn't too violent, though. Back in behind the net. Centering shot off a blocker. Gets in behind. Trying to step up to it. And flip back into the zone. Hustled after. Duffy. Has it roll off the stick, and now back in behind again to Gillis. Ricochet. Sent up ahead, and the whistle goes. 14:31. Face-off coming now here to the left. Still trying to find our feet fully here in the third. A little bit of back and forth. But just the one goal still from earlier. It's happened before, but it doesn't happen much. Where a game could hold up off a goal scored in the first minute. Push to the middle. Thompson tries to fire that one in, but Orange pick it up. Now move it in over the blue line. Faking it to the inside. Wasn't able to get the shot off of as Haverstock was kind of jumped on. Back to the corner. Picked up Bryan. Bryan evades Haverstock. Lead play off the stick. Bryan tries to wave the man off, and it'll come back around for Duffy. Duffy over to Gillis. Gillis back to Duffy. Up the left side. That ricochets back onto the blue line. Lead play. Not feeling like anyone looks out of place here at all at the high performance. Everyone kind of contributing. I'm definitely said everyone's name multiple times here, so that should kind of say something about it. They did a good job picking this group who made it to the St. FX camp. Back in behind. Thompson off some feet, so no ice. Sent back in behind, so that'll be picked up by Tillman. Tillman backhands it for McPhee. McPhee plays it across to Boutlier. Boutlier off the stick, and it heads back in behind. Bailey. Bailey to Tillman. Tillman cut off along the boards by Urquhart. They'll battle for it down low. Now going for a skate here in front of us is Strong. Picked up and flew into the end boards, and it bounces back over for Boutlier. Boutlier finds Urquhart. Urquhart goes for a skate. Urquhart gets tied up a little bit. Down here, moving to the right side. Played in from the end boards, over to Boutlier. Boutlier, he gets knocked off of it. Orange with a chance up front, and they score. So the turnover is on to the stick there of Matty McDonald. And he goes backhand, bar down inside, basically no room to shoot. And that is a shot that not many players outside of these guys on the ice are able to pull off here at this level in Nova Scotia. That was pretty. Once you get the turnover, got to make something happen quick and tight, and he played it perfectly. 1-1 now the score, so we're all even for the first time in over 40 minutes. Over 45 minutes, we'll even say. Down along the boards. Picked up from the end wall. Lawrence Williams plays it down here in front. Little back and forth. Puck trickles up the right side. Orange now looking for their first lead of the game. Picked up by Williams and handed off the right side. McKay plays to the middle. That one hops back to Sim. Sim trying to swing at it. Brought in over the line. Low shot. Steered to the corner. Led ahead now in over the blue line. Pass off. Green with a chance, and they try to slide one through, and they do. Is Sim gets on the board. The pass first mentality of Sim. He tried to go across there, caught the pad, and finds the back of the net. And he's had a pretty solid game here for Green so far, and just 11:20 left to go, so we keep just rolling along here, folks. Whistle down. So the tie was short-lived. We went, like I said, went 45 minutes without a goal. Then two within about 2 minutes. Team Green, Chisholm's going to bring that in. Chisholm on the right side. Backhands. That's over for Van Polgeest. Van Polgeest, he gets cut off along the boards by Land. Kicked back to the blue line, though. Pass a little too hot. Coming down the corner there for Odell. And they chase after it along the wall. It's going to fly off there. Andrea tries to get it out, but it's sent back in. Orange going to grab it. Corkum plays that to Land. Land gets the backhand pass up, and now exiting the zone. Here's Andrea. Andrea trying to go 1-on-3 there. Shot off a shin pad. Now it's down the right side. Green in over the line. Van Polgeest. Van Polgeest shoots stopped. Steered as it rolls up the corner. Now grabbed by Andrea. Andrea head up, has all sorts of room. Gets the pass. A hot shot to the right side. He'll get into the boards first. Looking for some help there by Rennie. Picked up, flicked down the ice for an icing. 10 minutes to go here in the third. We'll head to the right side. Two to 1 the score as the final 10 here approaches us. Remember, game tonight, then the female 18th right after that, so 2 games still left on the docket for today. Shot into a shin pad, steps in, and neck goes off as they hold the post hard. And that was off the stick of Baldwin. Chomping at the bit. Face off on the right side. That's going to be played back and around. Hanley plays it to the middle. Ricochets off a stick. Back over. Brian turns it over. Into the zone. Right side, steps in. Hard shot. That one's going to be corralled. And we'll get a whistle about 30 seconds later. So 9:27 left to go, and full-scale changes for both sides. Not something you see a ton of here at the camp. They got 4 groups running, 4 lines on forward, I believe 3 on defense. So not a ton of ice time out there. So it kind of gets mixed around a little bit. But right there, everyone switched up. Played into Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer tries to go up the wall with it. It's turned over. Orange on top, and a big layout hit in the middle there by Sim again to separate Gillis from the puck. Now it heads up the left side, in over the blue line. Going to be worked down low. Orange trying to come up with it. Nice pass, and now maybe a lane down the left. In on net. Orange shot, scores! And that is Liam McKnight picking up some speed. And it's 2-2 once again with 8:55 left to go here now. Oh, and yep, Liam McKnight, number 17 there. Found the open lane on the left side. Came in with speed and able to get it by Aaron Meaden. 2-2, so we're back to a tie game with under 10 to go. Back to center. Let's chop that. Heads back in. Gillis gets it across. McKnight looking for more. He'll head into the zone. Onto the stick. Snapshot from there by Fleming as Orange with a good push here through the third period. Held him behind. Duffy up the wall. Trying to pick it up through the middle. Moved over the line. Shot. Steered to the end boards. Grabbed from there. Fleming up the wall. That's slowed up. In across the line. Lawrence Williams from the corner. Picked up by Haverstock. Haverstock one-on-one in over the line. He'll get knocked off of it by Pfeiffer. Gets back through the middle. Green looking to get that one back. Hard shot on. Rebound comes out. That was off the stick of Williams. Now another chance there in front. Staying on top of its Polk. And a big old pile up in front. Save made. Like I said, we haven't seen a ton of those sort of sequences where everyone starts to jump on it at the top of the blue paint. But right there, looked like the tie could have been broken again, but not to be. Face off to the left. Odell wins that forward. On the right side, Odell tries to go sharp angle, patted away by Polk. Nice job by McKay, kicking it back to the line. Shot goes wide. That was off the stick of Romaine. Sent in around to the opposite corner. McKay gonna let his defense jump on that. Chisholm played back to Odell. Odell, he'll get crushed into the boards there. On the left side, a little slow to get up. But he will, and he'll be able to skate himself off, but we're not going to show that as he heads quickly over to the bench. And we'll work down the left side here. Odell having a pretty good game here so far, creating some chances. Last night, he had the shooter's first mentality. Face off to the left. High impact on the boards there. Puck grabbed. Sent in around the end boards. That's going to be picked up by Orange. Trying to fly the zone with that. It's Hunter McLean. He gets the big pass up there. Orange with all sorts of numbers. Shoots and it's off the stick. Looking for the lead here late in the game. Back to the corner. One-on-one, they battle. Picked up off the boards. Along the end wall again. Strong. Over there to Lemoyne. Kicked up here in front. Stick lift there. A nice play by Bailey. Brought in by Orange over the line. Steps in. Shot save made That was a clear-cut chance, cutting to the middle of the ice as Brian tries to move it back the other way, take advantage of the Oranges deep in the zone. Now grabbed in over the line. Hunter Green hands that off, stopped. Down the right side. Hakala stopped. Green moves it up ahead. Thompson shot. Had a good look at it, but it goes high and wide. 5:46 to go. Left side corner. Orange try to work that puck up. Hits the stick of Land. He manages to move it up ahead to the left side some more. Andrea almost gets spun off into the boards, but it's okay. Land now with it. Land shoots, scooped out of the air, and that'll be a whistle now with 5:25 to go. And it does look like Odell will head off. So hoping the best for him. Friend of High Button for many years, as well as his parents. Seen many goals on High Button streams by Carter Odell, so like I said, hoping he's okay. Face off on the right side. Trying to muscle that through. Green's going to pick up on it and bring it over the blue line. Heading back the other way, Andrea along the half wall. Hanley into the middle. Hanley gets over the blue line. Hanley, toe drags, stopped. That heads to the corner for Sim. So already got one in this game. Sim picks it up, tries to toe drag in, loses that to the wall, but chases his own puck. Now tries to go low and feed it back in front. Swinging stick of Land broke that up. To the middle, Boutlier shot off of Land into the corner or the end boards. Oh, and a big layout hit there, and the arm goes up. Not sure why. Interference, so we've seen slashes and some interference calls. And that's all I'll say about that. 4:23, so that was a big hit laid by Hanley, but we'll head down to the right side. 2 minutes on the clock there for the penalty, so only 4:23 to play and a 2-minute power play. Picked up, shot back in behind. All the way down, Polk slows it up. Smith with it. Keaton Smith gets it to the left side for Cameron. Tries to chop that back through, and it'll be a foot race to it the other way. Only man in on it's O'Leary. He'll get worked into the boards. Buys a little extra time for his teammates, though, but they send two guys in, and that means only two guys back. Luckily, missing the stick there, Baldwin. Luckily for Green, I should say. 3:44 to go, 1:20 in the power play. Tied up and on the feet, trying to jam away for it, and they'll take the cover there. Right play definitely there by Meaden. Face off to the right. Back and behind. Rolls up back to the blue line. Held in as Romaine trying to kill some time off the clock, but it rolls back out. A minute to go here in the power play. Dished over to the left side. Played down past the stick of Haverstock. In on the end boards. Slaps that in around. And another layout hit back the other way. Picked up by Duffy. Duffy starts out the zone. Over the red line, over the blue line. Right side corner. Pushed back to the line. Backhand. Jump, hit into the boards. Haverstock takes that one. Let's chop that. Backhand, moves to the right side. Urquhart tries to get across, back over, and what a play there by Brian and Urquhart. And Green will take the lead here with 2:32 to go, shorthanded. That's two highly skilled players coming together, folks. Two guys who probably don't play a ton together, taking care of business. And we have a lead again, so now Orange, 2:33 to go on the back foot. Another great game of hockey here this morning. Picked up, that comes back to the blue line. Pulling it in there is Bailey. Bailey along the end boards. Bailey played back to the middle. In over the line, shot, goes wide. Left side corner. Try to stay on top of that puck down low. It'll be worked over to McKay. Nate McKay on top of it. Flip play, chopped out of the air though. They get a whack at it though. Bring it back over. McKay hands that up. Offside though will be McKay as he was in a bit of a battle coming over the line. And it's so often that happens. Maybe even could be considered a strategy. Push your opponent offside forcefully to get that free whistle. 1:55 to go. Green in the lead by 1. Puck drops. That's going to head back in behind. Green hustles after it. Worked around the boards. It gets over to Worth. Sent back around. Tillman kind of trips there by himself a little bit heading into the boards. 94 seconds to go. Orange in their own zone, hemmed a bit. McLean comes out with it. McLean waits for the right pass. Gets it up the left side, and it's just off the stick there of Bailey. McLean then takes it, fires it into the right side corner. Now 1:15 to go as we're officially nearing the end of this game. Little poke play. Up through the middle, Tillman grabs it. Tillman over to the right, jumps the stick there strong, and that will be sent down for the icing. So just as the netminder Polk was heading to the bench, they have to come back around for a minute remaining. Played in from the end boards. Trying to scoop for that puck. Comes back around. Up the wall, kept in on the line. .26 seconds. Right side, shot, save made, and they almost jam one in. A good little look there. Comes back to the line. Poked at near the blue line, played across. Past the feet to the corner. Rennie, 4 seconds to go. Looking for one last chance, jamming in from the wall, and it won't go as Green will come out with the victory here today. Hard fought game and some offense here in the third, but other than that, defensive. No goals for about 45 minutes in the middle of the game, but that will do it for the 3-2. We appreciate